Oh god, I should quit doing all those drugs. Straight up! Do you do drugs? Do you do mountains of methamphetamines and cocaine on a daily basis because you hate your life? Well, you probably shouldn't do that. Sorry to hit you with a surprise like that. Coming straight out of left field. You shouldn't do cocaine or methamphetamines. Heroin. But we are here to truly learn how not to do drugs from these upstanding citizens who really know a thing or two about not doing drugs.
This is crack.
This is crack. And this is an orca. And this is the human body. And this is how you get crack. I just want a full-length feature film of him just naming off all of the drugs he can possibly think of.
Smoking crack. It's like putting a gun in your mouth and pulling the trigger.
Smoking crack is like putting a gun in your mouth and pulling the trigger. God, so intense, so charismatic.
Crack.
Narcotics Task Force. New York City Housing Authority. Why does a housing authority have a narcotics task force? Is this just like an apartment complex and he's like a bodyguard that's trying to snuff out all the cocaine? I'm confused here. What is a housing authority? Housing authority is a Ministry of Housing in general, a government body that governs aspects of housing or often providing low rent or free appointments to qualified residents. In what situation does that sentence mean they need a drug narcotics team? I don't think those two things go together. I think that's just affordable housing. Don't really need to be looking for coke. A public service announcement.
This is crack.
What's today's secret word?
Today's secret word is
Crack.
When anyone says the secret word, scream real loud.
Crack.
Good screaming, everybody.
No, I just want Pee Wee Herman to sit down and list all the drugs he can think of. Just the massive amounts of, difference between his delivery
This is crack.
and the guy beforehand.
This is crack.
Beautiful. Wait, didn't Pee Wee Herman, get canceled for drugs? Am I being that right? Didn't Pee Wee Herman do drugs? Yeah, in 2006, Pee Wee Herman, whose real name is Paul Rubens, who was 53, got oral sex in his car from a prostitute who went by the name of Divine Brown. So I'm just letting you know, we're talking to a grade A good guy here.
This is crack. Rock cocaine. It isn't glamorous or cool or kid stuff.
Why the fuck is Pee Wee Herman saying it? This is crack, rock, cocaine. And it isn't funny and it isn't kid stuff. Why are you talking in a voice? You're this close, just making airplane noises and going ew, straight into the mouth. You're practically feeding kids cocaine.
It's the most addictive kind of cocaine, and it can kill you.
I'm not questioning the accuracy. I'm just saying, how do you know it's the most addictive cocaine? How do you, measure the addictive level of something? From experience?
What's really bad is nobody knows how much it takes. So every time you use it, you risk dying.
On a technicality, that is correct. But if you take any kind of drug, you risk dying. You take an ibuprofen, you take melatonin when you go to bed, technically risking dying to some level. So, why not take crack? I have yet to see a scientific study being shown that crack is bad for you. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying I have yet to see one. I'm not convinced.
It isn't worth it. Look, everybody wants to be cool.
Look, everybody wants to be cool. And I know what you're thinking. You see a man on the corner coughing up his own blood? You probably think that man's really cool, don't you? kind of want to be like him. Let me tell you what, he's not doing very well in life. You don't want to be like him. You want to do better things than him.
I love watching old Florida State football films. I get such a kick out of watching this stuff.
Okay, Burt Reynolds. Not really a lot to do about drugs, but I'm nice to learn your interests. So thank you for sharing, Burt.
Number 46. Look at that kid go. Almost got me there. What moves? What a running back. And now here comes my greatest moment of glory.
What does this have to do about drugs? We're watching an old man look at his old football highlights. That's not drugs. He's high on success, not heroin. And I want to see him high on heroin.
I can show you the world.
So I can learn not to do heroin. Where is that? I want to see that happening. Not this mess.
You know, I was always trying to be a hit back then. On the football field, off the football field, wherever. Maybe you're trying to be a hit now, too.
I am trying to be a hit. I'm trying to really reach my potential, which is why I have to do cocaine. I can think of no other way to be cool than to do drugs. I mean, I don't think there's a way to do it. Everybody knows all the people that get famous because they can take a lot of drugs.
Drugs is not the answer. Not then, not now. I've seen it all too often.
I see it all the time. I see drugs all over the place. I turn around in my house. Drugs! I see drugs! Why do I see drugs? Don't do those drugs! I see it all the time. Everybody all around me. Crack. Heroin. Methamphetamines. Smack. I don't actually know what smack is. He is butt chugging a beer. Not technically illegal, but still problematic. I see it all over the place.
I've seen it all too often in this business and sports with teenagers. Nobody ends up a winner with drugs.
In what situation, Burt Reynolds, would you be constantly surrounded by teenagers? I feel like you're making some wrong decisions in life if you're constantly surrounded by teenagers. I don't think that's a good decision for you to be making, Burt Reynolds. Maybe there needs to be a PSA for that.
I do coke, so I can work longer.
Work longer. I know what you're into, baby girl. Work longer. I know what that means. Time for butt play.
So I can earn more. So I can do more coke.
Ingenuity leads to prosperity. This man is a thinker. He does coke so he can work longer to earn more money to do more coke. That's a perfect cycle. If I could have the prosperous day-to-day life of this guy, he has a full schedule planned out on a day-to-day basis and he sticks to it. They're literally just saying, hey, is your life hectic and all over the place? If you do cocaine, you will manage to stay a strict schedule.
So I can work longer. So I can earn more. So I can do more coke. So I can work longer. So I can earn more. So I can do more.
Earn more, do more coke, spend more, earn more, cocaine, spend more, earn more, cocaine. That one's on the cocaine. Oh shit, my hip. Fucking cocaine did this to me. Cocaine has attacked me physically. I think it's got a knife! This is the same exact intro that Pee Wee Herman got. Does Pee Wee Herman and Clint Eastwood? Shit! Does Pee Wee Herman and Clint Eastwood work for the same PSA company? Wow!
See this cute little vial here? It's crack, rock cocaine, the most addictive form. You think it's the glamour drug of the 80s?
You see this gorgeous rock here? Do you see how pretty this is? This looks like it could cost $1,000. Do you see how gorgeous this is? You think this is precious to own, don't you? You see how sexually attractive it is. You want to have sex with it. Guess what? It's crack cocaine. Still want to put your penis in it? Yes!
And if you've got to die for something, this sure as hell ain't it.
If you do cocaine, I'll kill you. I won't let the crack do it. I'll do it. It's cooler like this. Pew! If you're gonna do a drug PSA, don't come out with a bar like The Thrill Can Kill. That shit sounds so cool.
That we want them out of our schools, neighborhoods, and our lives. And the only way to do that is to take the customers away from the product.
Don't threaten me like that. The only way to get drugs off the streets is to get rid of the customers. And how do we do that? You want to do drugs? You want to do drugs, huh? You think it's cool? Think it's cool? You want to do drugs, huh? Let me look at your nose. I taste drugs! Can you believe that guy? He was doing drugs.
Life is more important than material things. You don't need all the gold and the diamond rings. Yeah, you make a lot of money and you make it fast. You get busted, you're going straight to a jail cell, man. It's going on. Police are getting serious. I don't mean to diss, but you gotta get out of this. Straight up, man. It's a known fact. It ain't enough money that can get your life back.
Freeze! Straight up, freeze! Straight up, freeze! Straight up, police!
Yo, little brother, what's up with these drugs? You wanna make a lot of money and be a thug? You want these fancy cars to flaunt your money? But then you go to jail like all the other drugs. Straight up, it ain't cool. You know it ain't safe. So you got a 9mm in your face. It's a game you can't win, so don't try to play. Let's spread the word from New York to LA.
We're here to tell you that drugs are for suckers. Straight up! Police! Straight up! Freeze! Straight up! Police!
That was the hardest hitting rap song I've ever heard. If there's ever been a song to deter me from doing drugs, it was this one. This one hit hard. You had to listen to like the subplot on that one. It was a harrowing story. A daughter who lost her mother to drugs. And it was horrific, and you know, it really deterred me. I don't think I'm ever gonna do drugs. It's not cool to do drugs. It's cool to make up a dance and a rap song about not doing drugs. That is what's cool. I don't do drugs. No, I don't do drugs. I make love, not drugs, and I'm hot like propane. 'Cause I don't do cocaine, and I don't suck dick for speed. 'Cause I don't want hurt peas and I want to be free. So don't do drugs and do love. Don't smoke a dope when you can roll a bloke and smoke until you choke. Pretty nasty fresh. So take it from me. Don't do the meth or do the time to do the meth. Thank you for watching this PSA and good luck to you all. God bless America.